All right, another exchange is going under or filing for restructuring. So I want to take back going under. I don't want to fearmonger. There's an exchange based out of Singapore. It's called Vauld. It is backed by many heavy-hitting venture capitalists. And this is going to be all over the news very soon and over the next week. Why? It is backed by Coinbase. Coinbase invested into Vauld, and now people are going to make a huge deal that Coinbase backed Vauld, and Vauld suspends all withdrawals. The interesting thing about Vauld is about 3 weeks ago when this whole 3 Arrows Capital thing comes out, they're saying that we are super good, we don't over leverage. I'm going to read you the tweet in a moment. And all of a sudden now, they're saying that they're shutting down all withdrawals and all trading on their platform, which is so interesting. They also started laying off around 30% of their employees about a week ago. Before I go any further, I just wanted to give you guys a word of caution. KuCoin. I withdrew my funds from KuCoin. There's a rumor saying that KuCoin is going to be next. I don't know if that's the case or not. I do know one thing. Whenever I used to make videos showing you guys how to do things on KuCoin, it used to take me a minute to withdraw, trade, send, exchange, so on and so forth. Over the weekend, on Saturday, I had a withdrawal. It took me 3.5 hours. It was for around 65,000. It wasn't a small withdrawal, but it wasn't a massive withdrawal by any means. 3.5 hours. So be very, very careful. Those screens that you see when you're going on an exchange, a lending platform, so on and so forth, that doesn't actually mean you have the funds. It's literally just a computer program showing you debits and credits. That's it. Actually taking your funds out, that's a different story. So please be careful. And I'm not saying that you should do a bank run. I'm not saying that you should take your money out. All I'm trying to say is diversify and alleviate some of your risks and do some management when it comes to these exchanges. I am going to talk about Coinbase at the end of this video. This is a message from Vauld a couple of weeks ago when 3AC happened, 3 Arrows Capital. Vauld continues to operate as usual. We have always maintained a balanced and conservative approach to liquidity management. Bull and bear runs are inevitable, and we deploy fundamentally strong strategies that account for these cycles. We do not have any exposure to Celsius or 3 Arrows Capital, and we remain liquid despite market conditions. Over the last few days, all withdrawals were processed as usual, and this will continue to be the case in the future. We believe that such difficult market conditions will eventually give rise to a new wave of innovation and growth, and we are laser focused on putting our heads down and building for the future. Celsius Network said the same thing just a few days before they stopped all withdrawals. KuCoin CEO is saying the same exact thing. Now, that doesn't mean that it's a psych out. It doesn't mean that it's fake. It just means that it's happened before. What the hell are these exchanges going to say? We have no money. We're going to screw you guys out of your money. They're not going to say that. They're going to say everything is cool as a cucumber. It's all good. Not to worry. Lending platform Vauld looks to restructuring amid crypto downturn suspends transactions. Vauld has seen withdrawals of around $198 million since June 12th. The firm is exploring potential restructuring options as a means to navigate the challenges it faces, it said in a blog this past Monday. Last month, Vauld announced it would be laying off 30% of its staff, with most of the team being located in India. So they're Singapore-based, but I believe that they do like the Southeast Asia area of lending. And I'm going to go to their website in a moment. I want to show you a few things. Interesting thing is the lender raised $25 million in Series A funding last year to expand its retail crypto banking platform to drive international expansion. Peter Thiel, founder, Valor Ventures, Pantera Capital, and Coinbase Ventures are among its investors. I know Peter Thiel pretty well. Peter Thiel is one of the founders of Palantir. Palantir, my largest stock play. So it's very, very interesting, the people that invested in this company. Now let's go look at what exactly they're doing. This is Vauld's website. Build wealth automatically with cryptocurrency. Earn interest on your crypto. Earn the industry's highest interest rates on major cryptocurrencies. This is the interesting thing, guys. I went on their website so fast when I started to understand what's happening because I know that they're going to be changing their website in a moment. I promise you, watch. In a couple of days, their website will change. Mark my words. Weekly payouts. Interest is calculated daily and paid out weekly on all your tokens. Withdraw anytime. Withdraw anytime except for when shit hits the fan and you don't own your money. Withdraw at any other time except for the time that we don't have the money to pay you out. All other than that, it's all good. Keep your money inside of our exchange. Withdraw it at any time except for when you actually want to withdraw your crypto, when you want to withdraw your assets, because when you want to actually withdraw your assets, F you, we ain't gonna give you shit. Withdraw any amount at any time while you earn interest, except you can never withdraw any amount at any time whatsoever, and you are no longer earning interest on the assets that you will never get from us. Now, I'm over-dramatizing this, and I do think they might pull out of this just because of the people that are backing them. However, it's pretty funny. Fixed-term deposits and compounded interest earned is compounded every week or at the end of the fixed deposits. Now, let's see what they're actually giving you. Let's see what interest they're giving you. So for Bitcoin, they're giving you 6.7%. For Ethereum, they're giving you 6.7%. BNB, 1%. BUSD, which is the stable coin of BNB, 12.68%, USDT, 12.6.8%, USDC, 12.68%, Cardano, 4%. If I'm looking at these, I don't know where they're getting the 4% for Cardano. I'm assuming they're staking your Cardano, they're making 5% and giving you 4%. That I understand. Everything else, they're literally just lending out and they're giving you a percentage. It's pretty crazy. Let's see what else they have over here. Solana, they're giving you 4%. I understand that. They're probably staking it for 7%. Polkadot, they're giving you 12.68%, which is fantastic because if you stake Polkadot yourself, you're getting around 12%. That's fantastic. They got Matic, they got Litecoin, TRX. Wow, they got a lot of different cryptocurrencies. Very, very interesting. The thing is, if your cryptocurrency, for example, does not give you staking rewards, how the hell are they making these fees to give you all of these crazy, crazy rewards? What else they have? They have all these little cryptocurrencies that nobody even heard of, and they're giving, bro, they're giving you 42% on Cake, 42% on Pancake. How? How are you giving 42% on Pancake? Explain to me the logic behind that. Now, I know a little bit about DeFi. How the hell are you providing 42% on Pancake? I would love to know how you're giving Pancake Swap's native token, Cake, 42%. I would love to know. Please explain this shit to me. And these are all small ones. I'm just trying to look for the big ones so I could, like, shellac them a little bit. This is crazy. Let me see, these are all 1%ers. If you go a little bit lower, borrowing against your tokens, take a low interest loan against your existing crypto assets. Loan to value of 66.7%. That's not bad. So how did they get in this situation? Instant approval, get your loan approved and receive your tokens instantly. No hidden fees except for all your assets with a 100% tax if you deposit in our exchange. Payback anytime. Trade with crypto. Trade on a deep order book with all of our supported tokens. Liquidity over 50 million. Competitive fees between 0.12% maker and 0.12% taker fees. Earn interest while trading. Swap on the go. Our community feedback, crypto cycle. And then if you go all the way down, this is very interesting. As soon as an overview of our liquidity management. As soon as users deposit funds to their Vauld wallet, it goes to a centralized pool. From this centralized pool, the funds allocated for lending is lent out to borrowers with a float maintained for withdrawals on the platform. This lets us give interest to our users. The loans to our borrowers are risk-free. They are over-collateralized by at least 150%, and they are typically repaid in 30 days. My question is, how did you get to this situation if you're over-collateralized by 150%? And how are you in this situation if you're over-collateralized and people pay you back within 30 days that you had to fire 30% of your staff? How? I understand crypto is down, but how? You are not over-collateralized. You are not super liquid, because if you were, you would not be in this situation. That's the craziest thing. The fund allocated for trading is stored with our trusted exchange partners, currently Binance, to facilitate trades on their order books. That's interesting. Binance. That's not the first time I hear about Binance. Binance, if I'm not mistaken, also works with an exchange called Mandela, where they use Binance's liquidity in order to facilitate trading. So a lot of these exchanges, what they do, instead of actually holding their own tokens, holding their own crypto, what they do is they work off the back of a larger exchange. I know Binance does it. I'm not sure if anybody else does it. I'm not sure that's the case here. It's just interesting that he said Binance. In the future, there's going to be 3 exchanges: Binance, FTX, Coinbase. That's what I think is going to happen. Probably is going to be other ones, of course, but this is what I think is going to end up happening. A huge consolidation of exchanges and crypto lending platforms. I'm going to get into Coinbase in just a moment, though. Funds are consolidated. Then there's a centralized pool. And then you can float for trading or funds allocating for lending. If you lend, you over-collateralize the loan by 150%. You then give it to borrowers, Vauld customers, institutional borrowers. Ha! Institutional borrowers. I freaking knew it. Once you get into this high yield borrowing, you now become a fractional reserve bank. The problem is all of these institutions, all of these lending platforms, all of these exchanges, whatever you want to call them, don't have fractional reserve banking licenses. Now, fractional reserve banking is nothing new. It's not like the end of the world. Literally every single freaking bank that you hold your money in, like your real banks, right? Your everyday physical brick and mortar banks, they all do fractional reserve banking, which means if they have like $1 million of deposits, for example, they only have to hold like $100,000. I'm not sure the exact number. A small fraction, and they're lending out the rest. It's pretty crazy. That's why when you go to a bank and you want to withdraw, let's say $1 million, they're not going to have it in cash. They limit the withdrawals you could do. You would have to call them in advance and say, hey, I want my money, and then they'll prepare it for you in a day or two. But that's pretty interesting what's happening right here. And then from the centralized pool, on the other hand, you can float for trading, and the float on trading is stored with our exchange partner, currently Binance. Okay. These are the partners that they have. These are huge partners. First of all, Pantera. Pantera is everywhere. Coinbase Ventures, definitely everywhere. And Robot Ventures. Don't know what Robot Ventures is, but I see them around. BitGo I see around as well. Interesting. Why Vauld? In addition to facilitating core crypto needs, owning, lending, borrowing, trading, and spending, we stand by some strong values at Vauld. Every Vauld customer can be assured of being treated right by these values. Customer comes first, except for when you want your assets. When you are a customer with Vauld, you will always be a customer with Vauld because you will never get your freaking money back. Customer first, our core goal is to give you a delightful experience to our customers, and our business products and tech goals are aligned accordingly. We take the time to listen to them, incorporate their feedback, and resolve their problems as quickly as possible, except for when you want your cryptocurrency. When you want your funds, we're not going to resolve shit. We will just keep your funds because we were 100% bad with managing those funds. Seamless product experience, except when you try to take out your funds. Continuous upgrades. We are upgrading Vauld so good so that you can't get a hold of your funds. And extremely competitive rates. Of course, we can give you as much as you want as long as you only collect your interest and you never want your underlying asset. It's all good. We will promise you some crazy rates that nobody can possibly guarantee that you're gonna get. Guys, I wanna just be very transparent here. You could make returns in cryptocurrency. You could make those returns in cryptocurrency through mining and through staking, which is the legitimate way of earning passive income in cryptocurrency. These lending platforms effed every single person in the crypto market. This is the reason why we are now acting as a tech sector stock, and we are no longer a hedge against inflation. This lending platforms, these lending BSs killed the crypto market. And whatever we have right now is crushing in shambles. And later on, we're going to get some new type of cryptocurrency. I don't think cryptocurrency is dead. I think cryptocurrency is going to survive. I think there's going to be a massively huge consolidation between crypto exchanges. I think these fugazi ass lending platforms are done. I think in the future, the government is going to pass some crazy harsh regulations. And those crazy harsh regulations, they're interesting. Let's talk about Coinbase. So Coinbase cannot do these crazy lending platforms. They cannot do these crazy lending terms. They do have lending. So when I hold my crypto in Coinbase, let's say I had, and they don't lend against everything. I think they lend against your Bitcoin, and I think they lend against your Ethereum, if I'm not mistaken. And Coinbase lends very similar to Robinhood, for example, where they lend you a small amount. So let's say you hold $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. They're going to lend you like $500 worth. They're going to lend you the $500 worth, and you're going to be paying Coinbase like 8% on your money. They're going to lend you, it's a large amount. So they lend you fiat against your crypto. It's a little different than offering you interest on your crypto. So they're lending you fiat against your crypto as opposed to taking your crypto and giving you returns on your crypto. They do offer returns on like a handful of different products, but I think that they get those returns on the handful of different products because they either stake it or they have some small little business on the side. It's not anything crazy like these rates. I honestly think the US government, the SEC, stopped Coinbase from doing these crazy lending tactics. Because the US government stopped Coinbase from doing that, I think that's the only thing that's saving Coinbase. If you guys are going to ask me, Adam, is Coinbase next? I don't think Coinbase is next. I don't even think they're close. I think that their business model is down the drains right now, but I don't think that they're going to go out of business because they don't rely on some crazy lending. As far as I know, I might be completely wrong, but as far as I understand, Coinbase does not do this massive lending. They are a crypto exchange, not a crypto lending platform. Because the SEC, the irony of this, because the SEC says that we will take you down before you even start your products. They wanted to do something to compete, for example, with Voyager and with BlockFi. And because they did not or were not allowed to do that, that is what's going to save Coinbase at the end, which is freaking crazy if you think about it. The SEC, Gary Gensler, saved Coinbase's butt right here. Straight up, 100%, that's what's happening. Coinbase has some crazy investors behind them. I don't think Coinbase is going to go down the drain. I think they're going to survive just well, and they're going to very well come back from this when the next bull market is going to happen. And there is definitely going to be another bull market, but I think it's going to be a lot different than what's happening right now. One of the reasons why crypto popped up so strong so fast is because of all these lending products. Everyone said, hey, why not buy cryptocurrency if I could just borrow against my cryptocurrency? And if I don't have to sell my cryptocurrency and I could just borrow against my cryptocurrency, hey, I don't have to pay taxes. Right now, what's going to happen, which might be a little bit of a conspiracy theory if you think about it, all these people that are going to be liquidated right now are going to either have tax write-offs or have to pay the piper. They will have to pay taxes. If you're getting margin called, if you're getting liquidated, you have to pay taxes on the lent crypto. The crypto that you lend and you borrow against, you don't pay taxes because you're borrowing against. But if you get liquidated, if you get margin called on the leverage that you took out, well, now you have to pay taxes on the cryptocurrency because that counts as a sell. I think the US government, maybe they did plan this. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? Guys, I hope you like this, and I hope you like the news that nobody else is bringing you. Hit me up with the subscribe down below. Give me a comment that you subscribe, and I'm going to personally say thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Have a great day.